Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name's Chris Flanagan, and I just want to give you a little tour and a rundown here at Real Graphics about what we do, how we got started, and the careers that happen inside this building. So this company was started 13 years ago. It was just a simple, small operation, just me doing a few things in the advertising, printing kind of side of the world, and figuring out things from there relating to what our customers were needing. And they were needing different types of printing. They were needing different needs in apparel, signs, vehicle wraps were starting to get really popular at that time. So we adapted early on as our team expanded. We adapted to do more things that would service our customers' advertising and printing needs. And so that's how we grew into the company we are today. And we're still growing and developing into bigger and newer things in the future. And so come with me as we walk through the building. I'm going to kind of just tell you a little bit about the operations and some of the people that we have on our team. So come on along. Let's check it out. Hey there, so it all starts with sales. Here in the front office, we have set this up to be a great place to meet with customers directly about their projects, their needs, what's going on, and provide them with as many samples, things that they can see, touch, and feel for their project. Whether it's sign materials, maybe we could show them examples and photos, but then also maybe some of the substrates. If it's an apparel item, maybe we could show them the exact style of the shirt or the cap that they're considering to make sure that they're going to be happy and it's going to serve their need just right. And so it's really important. So a lot of it starts up here. Whether you're calling on the phone as a customer, we want to greet that call and take care of your need as quick as possible. It's coming in, we want to take care of it that way. And then now we're having to do a lot with Zoom and email, and that's fine. Main thing is taking care of our customers. So our team up here in the front is meeting with them and capturing that important information and the details so that we can execute it in the best, most efficient way in a product and service. Hey, so right behind me are our graphic design offices. Our creatives work in these offices to execute the orders for our customers. So they could be designing anything from a brand new logo for a startup. They could be laying out a brochure or a magazine. They could be doing a vehicle wrap design, a website design. All kinds of different projects are happening and going on, and these creatives make it happen. We like to brag a little bit and say that we make awesome at Real Graphics, and that awesome really starts with the design. If that design is better than expected for the customer, if it over exceeds their expectations, that's a win for us, because we want to make sure that we're doing as much as we can on the creative side to make that customer's project or that product or whatever really pop and be the wow factor that they need. And it's happening in these offices. So these graphic designers, some of them are straight maybe out of high school, and they have learned just life skills of design and applied and pushed and taught themselves so much. Some of them have gone to a 2-year program, and some have finished a full 4-year. So very proud of our creative team, because they're always learning and growing and pushing themselves way beyond school. By the time they graduated school, some of the skills that they learned were already starting to fade out, and there was already new things to learn and adapt to. So they have done a really good job of always staying on it. They also do a great job of working with one another, pushing each other, and encouraging one another to develop in their skills. So really proud of the creatives that we have on our team, because they're our special sauce to make awesome. So let's keep moving around the shop. All right, here in the print shop, lots of great things happen. This is a print shop for all kinds of paper products, and versatile from a small business card, postcard, to booklets, to we're doing direct mailers. We could do notepads and labels and just all kinds of things. So the focal point in here is being very versatile to meet the product needs of our customers. So graphic design skills definitely still are involved in the print shop to design and lay out all the things appropriately. Then there's just a lot of procedures that follow in producing the print work, making sure we're using the right papers, the right inks. The machines behind me, they do a lot of different types of jobs to know how to run those to their full capacity and the abilities that they have on some of the different features. So it's really a technical job back here. It's not just simply hitting print and putting it in a box. There's a lot to go along with it, and the team here does a really great job of knowing the equipment, but then also knowing how to use it in the right ways for all the different variety of products that come out of this print shop every day. Let's keep on going. Hey, come on in. So this is Brittany's office where a lot of the billing happens. So collecting payments from customers, billing out different accounts and things like that happen also here. So numbers and accounting, it still has to work here at Real Graphics, and we need people who can do those things and balance them out to the T. All right, here in the Fabrication Shop, lots of cool things happen here because we are building so many different types of things. We do make signs here at Real Graphics, and a lot of times we have to fabricate sign structures or frames. Maybe it's cabinets for electrical sign cabinets. Different things like that can happen here in the print shop. So we will have a lot of different materials in here, a lot of different pieces of equipment to cut, weld, sand down, whatever it needs to be, paint even. So a lot of different skills go into here. The guys that work in the shop are very versatile. They have experience in welding, building, fabricating, metal, wood, different types of materials, even welding aluminum here. Also has a lot of electrical uses. We have an electrical license here to do electrical signs, and so therefore there's a lot of those kind of regulations that go involved. So a lot of different trades kind of all into one, and work out of this shop and make a lot of cool things happen. So let's keep going along. All right, so still in the signage department, this is the vinyl room. This is where vinyl's getting cut, weeded, taped. Machines are printing on vinyl directly. So a lot of different things happen here. This is also kind of the command center for the print shop. We're receiving the jobs in and then queuing things up to print on the different machines that I'll show you in the next zone over here. But yeah, so a lot of different things happen in here. Vinyl has a big part of it all. So weeding, taping, and then we'll touch on it later, but installing is another big part of going in and installing vinyl on different surfaces, maybe storefront windows, maybe it's on a trailer, maybe it's on a vehicle. Installing vinyl is another big part of what we do, but it all happens in this spot. All right, right behind me, this is the lower print shop. In this area, we have some bigger machines. We have a 10-foot wide roll-to-roll printer to print banner 10-foot wide by pretty much any length. Then also we have a smart cutting table. This has a router head where we can route through thick materials like wood and thick plastics and acrylics. We can even change out the heads to something as small as a blade and cut through paper. But this allows us to precisionally cut different types of substrates. Also back here is going to be a flatbed printer. This prints directly to different types of flat surfaces. It allows us to be very versatile again and efficient on printing different types of things in high volume or cool custom projects that we might want to print in a unique way and then route out to a custom cool shape. So back here in the lower sign shop, lots of different things happen. We're operating with some really expensive machines. We also have a laser engraver back here. That's another thing that has a lot of different variables to learn and know when you're operating, to care for these machines and make sure they can get the longest life out of them. So our team back here is very well trained on these things. They know how to calibrate for the right print colors and things like that. So a lot of detail goes on, but these guys know how to do it. All right, down here in the lower wrap bay, this is an area that we've got designated just for vehicle wraps. Vehicle wraps is a really big part of our business, still connected to the signage department, because basically it's making a sign out of a vehicle. It's putting a large sticker onto the vehicle, transforming it into a real cool, all over printed, cool custom mobile billboard is what we kind of say. So this involves a lot of graphic design work to measure, photograph the vehicle, create a design template. On the computer, our designers will design it, do the artwork, make it look as awesome as possible. And then our team over there in the vinyl area will print out the panels. We'll strategically lay these out to where we know how they can be divided up and installed, but come together for a cohesive design on it. And so that's what's going on right back here. Cito is installing this extreme collision truck wrap, a really neat special project we get to work on every now and then. This is the second time we've wrapped this particular truck. The customers like to just change it up so that it catches more eyes and attention, which is a great idea to get the bang for your buck in your advertising. So they're installing these large vinyl panels on here. You get a little more detailed shot of how cool this looks as you conform this vinyl wrap to this vehicle. Hey, so one more thing I want to point out. In doing these vehicle wraps, there's a lot of unassembly involved. So someone that really likes cars and is a car guy in general is really going to be a great candidate to work in this area, because they're going to be involved in taking apart a lot of the vehicle, wrapping it, and then putting it back together. We've actually found Cito over here in one of the more complicated spots as he tries to wrap around this tight space on the back bumper. He's going to do a great job of it, but there's a lot of those details that come along with these vehicle wraps. It's not just as easy as slapping the vinyl on there, but they get the job done and they do it well. Okay, behind me, this is all the apparel department. In the apparel department, we are doing screen printing, sublimation, and embroidery. 3 different types of processes, but they all decorate apparel in different ways and have their great benefits. So behind me is an automatic screen press. This bad boy uses air to do some automatic movements, and it takes a lot of the work out of it physically so that you can focus on really just the print quality. So this machine is something we upgraded in 2019, and it's been a great help to allow us to quickly print larger volumes of shirts, but also to do it more precisely and keep that precision and the quality up to standard. So we love this new machine behind me. It's warming up to run a job. Also, we still have our manual screen if you want to come over here. So over here, this is our manual press Caleb is working on. When we take the artwork for a job, we will take it and burn it into these screens. It's a lot like developing film. So there's a neat process involved in this part, from the computer to actually making the physical screen. And then after, what Caleb does is sets up the job, and he's basically pushing ink through the screen that he's burned and created and set up onto the shirt. Really simple when it's a one color design, but whenever there's multiple colors involved, there's a lot of precision that goes involved to make sure that that job is set up correctly so that the ink layers on top of each other appropriately. And then once it's printed, the shirt goes through this dryer and the ink is cured. So again, a lot of details to make sure they all turn out just right so the shirt lasts, looks good, and it's worth wearing. All right, so over here, also in the apparel department, these embroidery machines, they can run all types of different products. It looks like here they ran some beanies, stitching a logo on the front there. They can run caps. We could do polo shirts like what I'm wearing, jackets, blankets, all kinds of neat things can be embroidered on these machines. We have a versatile setup here to have a one-head machine to run one item at a time, 12 head like there. We even have a 6-head so that we can keep different orders going at the different times. And like I said, some machines will be set up to be running caps like what's about to happen here, and then the other machine might be set up to run flat garments like a shirt or a jacket. But we're taking care of our customers by putting logos and branding onto their garments and doing as many as we can at a time so we can be efficient and crank out the volume that's needed. And so that's what happens over here. So again, more detail. We're taking the design that the creators made and sized up and got just right. We're transferring that design into a actually stitch patterned file, and then we're loading it on these machines. We run a test, make sure it's right, make sure the right threads are used and so on, and then we run the job and embroider all the garments. So a lot of repetition here, but a lot of fine attention to detail to make sure it's all still running and appropriate, just like we needed. Sublimation. It's a really neat process that takes a printed special ink onto a paper type product, heat press it onto fabric, and when that ink from the paper turns to gas, it dyes itself into the fabric, creating a sublimation print. It's a really neat way to get a full color design onto a garment without any fill. So these are the sport thread jerseys that we make in-house, completely from design on the computer, printed out in different panels, pressed into the fabric, and then those fabric panels are then sewn together to make these garments sewn behind me. So this is a Sport Threads long sleeve sports jersey, and then as well as the all over print hoodie that we do. Different materials that we've got here, but these are actually sewn up and made all in-house. So we love this process as well as the product, how unique and cool it is, and allows just unlimited design as it goes all over the garment. Awesome. Hey, well, thanks so much for joining us on this tour. Hopefully you got a cool insight of what goes on here at Real Graphics. We're proud of our story of getting started small and just continuing to grow to serve our customers and our community. So thanks for coming along. Hope you learned something, take something away. Who knows, maybe you can come and work with us here one day. We're always looking for great people on the team. Take care.